AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
It's Friday, November 21st, 2025, and this is the Washington Times front page. Thanks for joining us. I'm George Gerbo. A federal judge has ruled the Trump administration broke the law in deploying the National Guard to patrol the streets of Washington, D.C. without the city's approval. Stephen Dinan reports Judge Gia Cobb said the Trump administration has limited powers to call up the Guard and that for using it for police duty goes beyond what the law allows. She also said the Defense Department didn't have the power to call states' National Guard members to help. Cobb stayed her ruling for 3 weeks to give the Trump administration a chance to appeal. The Trump administration's new peace proposal for Ukraine negotiated with Russia calls for long-opposed concessions, including the ceding of territory. Guillaume Patak reports Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is struggling with low approval ratings at home and scrambling to contain a burgeoning corruption scandal that threatens to engulf his government. He's set to meet in the coming days with U.S. representatives to discuss the deal. The dual pressure of domestic instability and external demands has pushed the Ukrainian leadership into its most difficult strategic dilemma so far in the war. An FBI employee is accusing the Bureau's counter-espionage unit of misconduct, fraud, and potentially criminal activities. Kerry Pickett reports a disclosure provided to the House Judiciary Committee claims members of the FBI's senior executive service have conspired at various times to ensure they're shielded from internal espionage or counterintelligence investigations. The whistleblower reported the failure of internal counter-espionage cell investigators to the FBI's Internal Affairs section of the Inspection Division, but his attorney said he experienced retaliation. Christian advocates are wary of China's crackdown on religious freedom, including recent arrests of Christian church members. Jeff Murdoch and Mike Glenn report former U.S. Ambassador at Large for Religious Freedom Sam Brownback urged lawmakers to shift from viewing China's religious crackdown as a human rights issue and to treat it as a national security one. Calling it a national security imperative, he said the Chinese Communist Party's efforts to eliminate faith are part of its larger ambition to wipe out its enemies. And finally, Sudan's civil war has opened the door to expanding Iranian influence in Africa and is posing a threat to the new U.S.-backed order across the Middle East. Jacob Wertschafer reports the United Arab Emirates, a U.S. ally in the Middle East, has been accused of funding and arming the rebel Rapid Support Forces. The Sudanese army has increasingly come to rely on weapons from Iran, setting up a proxy fight between Iran and the U.S. and its allies, which are trying to find a morally defensible middle ground between the two armies. Find all today's front page stories at WashingtonTimes.com/front page or on the Washington Times app, and find us wherever you get your podcasts. You can also find us on social media at Wash Times for breaking news, sports, commentary, and more. For the Washington Times, I'm George Gerbo.